Here's my morning practice. I'm starting off just with my back on the floor, knees bent to assess how my spine feels, the muscles on either side. And then I'll start some pelvic bowl rotation. So I'm moving the pelvis side of the hip on the thigh bone in a cat-cow-like movement where I'm spilling the bowl forward and then pulling the bowl up to contract my front core. And this just brings some gentle length to the back. Then pulling my right knee into the chest, more towards the right armpit, and then using the left leg, hinging it by lifting the foot up to the ceiling and then tapping the heel down. If your front hip is tight, the heel might not touch the ground. That's okay. It's more important to keep the knee straight and the front quad engaged. Then I'm turning the left leg out to the left, opening up through the inner thigh, and a couple ankle rolls here just because my ankles felt tight. And then I continued the ankle rolls because they still felt tight. Then switching sides and hinging on the right. Now, when I pulled the left knee into the chest, I held it longer because the left side, the muscles on the side of the spine felt a little tight. So I just held it in to release the left side of the spine before I began hinging on the right, lengthening the hamstring and also lengthening the right side of the spine. It's just a little deeper on the left. Then turning the toes out to the side as I open, and some ankle rolls here as well. And then both feet to the floor. And I'll pull right knee back into the chest and hold on to the big toe. This is where you might want to bring a strap around the ball of the foot as I open the right leg out to the right, extending left arm to the left. So this is sort of like triangle pose on your back. Then I lift the right leg up and then open a second time. Often the first time might feel like a little bit of a wake up, and then the second time the body says, oh, okay, I can do this. Then I'm pulling the right knee towards the right armpit. It's sort of like a supine runner's lunge. Left knee into chest. My left side's tighter than the right, and extending the left leg. You can see I'm giving the right hand a little bit of awareness to the left leg, and then I open the leg just like I did on the right to this supine triangle, and then lifting the leg back up and then externally rotating thigh bone and pelvis and opening again. Boy, my feet are a little dirty from life in the jungle, but that's okay. I'll hold on now and create the supine runner's lunge. So when I get to doing this upright, it feels a little bit more natural. And then roll over to the right side, and I'll make my way into a tabletop position with wrists under shoulders, knees under hips, making sure pointer finger, index finger is 12 noon. And then I'm coming into a cow position and nodding my head a little left and right to release the neck, and then cat. Cat at the low back felt a little tight for me. I uncurled the toes and then let my head drop a little side to side, back to cow and into cat. Sometimes I do hold cat for a little bit to release tightness in the spine, especially this low mid-back region that I just pointed to. That's where the thoracic meets the lumbar spine, and the actual structure of the vertebrae change. It's actually the weakest part of our back, and I just had some tightness there. Then I was feeling tightness, not just on the left side of the spine, but into the left side of the foot, the sole of the foot. So I curled my toes under, brought hips back to heels, and did a full side body stretch, grounding my left hip on the heel, and then same on the right, a side body stretch. So I wanted to release the left side of the body and the spine, and with toes curled under, you can see this is a stretch on the sole of the foot. Everything's connected. And we'll come back up And finish with the right side. You can see I'm doing everything 2 or 3 times for each side. Each time you can get in a little deeper. And then from here, I'll come into a plank and rock forward and back. This is more release for the foot and the ankle before I make my way into downward facing dog. So pedaling my feet a few times, it's a little deeper in the hamstrings, and I'll lift my right knee up and then point, extend the leg, getting into the hamstring, the inner thigh. There's a lot of work on the left side, and now work on the right side, pressing right heel into the mat as I lift and extend the left side. Bending the knee, opening the hip, extending the leg. And then again, repeating on the right. So as much attention on the left side as the right side. So here, it's the left leg's lifted. It might speak more, but you can really work through the foot on the mat as well. And then I'll come forward into the runner's lunge. I prepared for this already on my back. So I'm dropping the hips down, pulling the outer right hip back, and then some knee taps to open up the front of the left hip. And a few times here again. And just feeling that front hip release, and then pivoting on the left foot and opening to pretty much warrior 2 legs. And what I'm doing here, if you have blocks, you might want to put them under your right hand. If the spine is rounded, we want extension. But I'm pushing my right knee into the left arm to get some right inner thigh work. Then bending and straightening the right leg, coming into something a little bit like triangle. And I'm adjusting the head and neck. My neck does have some issues with a ruptured disc. And then this has been one of my favorite things to do. I'm releasing the right side of the spine, right hamstring, with a piked back foot in pyramid pose. And then I'll pedal my feet a few times. I love to just pause and breathe and check in on how my body feels in down dog. Then stepping the left foot forward again to the runner's lunge. I've already prepared the body on my back and the knee taps. To lengthen the left side of the spine, I'll pull the outer left hip back and just notice the front of the right hip and pivoting on right foot to warrior 2 legs and working to rotate back the pelvis to the back heel, the right heel, as I reach the right arm. I'm doing it a little different this time over the head because my left hip is tighter than the right, and so I can take this into the right shoulder, and I have to be careful not to overdo it. And then I'm straightening and bending the left knee. You can see it's a little tighter on this side, so I'm not going to move as fast so I don't cause any injury to this 63-year-old body and the life that it's lived so far. And then again, what I love doing is this piked back heel pyramid, and I really felt a lot of length and stretch on the left side here. And there's engagement. Anytime there's stretch, you're making a muscle. And then 2 knees down, big toes to touch, and a child's pose. You can stay here for like 3 minutes, maybe even 5. It's a great spine release. With the knees open wide, it's a hip release. And when I'm saying spine, it's from low back through the neck and crown of the head. I needed a little bit more length on the left side, so I reached left arm over to the right. And as I was doing that, I was pressing the left hip to left heel. Now the right side, right hip to heel, extending the right arm. And you might feel this in different places on the 2 sides. Our 2 bodies really have 2 different life experiences, the 2 sides, meaning the right and left. Coming back to the left, taking some long breaths out to calm the nervous system. The exhale calms the nervous system. And then I'll come back over, reaching right arm over to the left. And After calming breaths here, I'll just come back to center, breathe, sort of feel how I'm feeling in my body, how the spine feels a little bit softer. Yesterday, my neck was really flaring up. I have a ruptured C5-6, and it translates into the whole body muscle tightness, even having issues with the jaw. So I'm just going to breathe here, enjoy the feeling, and get ready to start my day. Have a great one. Take care.